Today's color, we're going to be doing a Storm V36 off the old color chart. You ready to run a gun? It's time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101 and welcome to a new series I have that I'm starting today. We're going to be slinging paint and we're going to be painting some blanks. And today's pattern we're going to be doing is the Storm V36, which is just a chartreuse with a brown back and orange eyes. There are several different versions of this color. I've owned it from Hottentots to Wiggle Warts. I've even had some long time ago in Thundersticks. And the trick to this pattern is some are really, really bright chartreuse. Some are more of a yellow type chartreuse. I kind of like the yellow part of it a little bit better because it tones it down just a little bit. It's not so bold and chartreuse. And so that's what I copied on here. Is I did it's still chartreuse, but it's a little bit more yellow. And the backs are different on some of them too. Some of them hardly even have a back on them, and some of them are a little darker than what I have here. I kind of like this shading right here, so that's why I did this. And of course the eyes and everything it's on it. For some reason I've just always loved this pattern. It's just a really cool pattern, so I wanted to copy it. I want to show you guys how I did it, how I mixed the colors to do this. So let's go sling some paint, see how to do this. Okay guys, you have to excuse the washer and dryer in the background, sorry about that. I've got a portable spray booth that I made at the shop that allows me to do all my spraying here, and I can just pick it up, set it aside. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a suspending Wiggle Wart blank. This comes from Predator Baits. And like I said in the intro, we're going to be doing this in the chartreuse with the orange eyes. Now, I know it sounds like a simple pattern, can be, but really there's so many different shades of chartreuse that Storm used over the years, but the one that I like the absolute best is kind of a dark type of chartreuse, and the colors we're going to be using today is opaque yellow. This is our base, and we're going to dust it with Wicked Color Chartreuse, fluorescent yellow. We're going to mix orange, fluorescent orange, and transparent bright red together to get the eyes. The back is going to be sepia. I'm sorry, not sepia. Burnt orange. It's going to be the back. And then we'll do the eyes with the yellow and the black. I have stencils that I just made. I'm going to try them out to do the eyes. Alright, so one thing you'll notice when I do Wiggle Warts, I don't tape off the bill. The reason is I like that overspray effect that they had back in the day. It's just traditional, and I like that look because it's raw, and I just think it looks kind of cool. So I'm spraying everything with 20 pounds. This is straight yellow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the face first, all the way around. I'm going to keep the gun pointed away from the bill. I'm going to spray it very lightly, almost to the very end of the body. You don't have to get it to the very, very end. You'll notice I don't use a white base coat. This is just straight yellow. And this is going to take a couple of coats. Alright, going to heat set that, and we'll go for the second coat. And this one I'll spray a little further away. I get good coverage. And I'll still go real light around the face as far as paint. Heat set that. Alright, that looks pretty good. It's just a little translucent, and I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead. I got 2 more here. I always paint my baits in 3s, so I'm not wasting my time getting everything out. And I'll come right back and we'll put the next color on. Okay, so we got the yellow base on. Now we're going to go with the fluorescent yellow, and we're just going to shade it. We're not going to go real strong with it. You can, it's not going to hurt anything because fluorescent colors are transparent. That's why you have to constantly layer them and also use a white base coat. We're going to approach this exact same way as we did the yellow. We're going to go very gently around the face and then cover everything else up. Like I said, I'm spraying this with very light pressure, about 20 pounds. Looks like I'm laying down a lot, but I'm really not. I'm keeping the trigger back a little bit. Let's heat set that. Okay, let's do one more coating on this. Don't need much. So you can't tell it, but I am feathering how much paint's coming out this thing. Alright, let's heat set that. Okay, there you go. There is a yellow base with chartreuse. It's not real bright, but it's also not real yellow. That's about what the color they had. And now we'll go to the next step. Okay, now we're going to put the brown on the back. Or actually, this is burnt orange. And that's really all you need. A very, very light coat. I've seen some patterns that were barely even brown. I like to have a little bit of brown because I had one that was like that. Alright, now we'll go to the next color. Okay, so for the next color, I've got the fluorescent orange with 1 drop of the transparent bright red. Just 1 drop is all you need. You don't want to turn this red. You also don't want to turn it reddish orange. And basically all I'm doing is going around the eyes. Now you're going to have to build this several coats. Make sure you heat set it.
This is going to take several coats. A little bit on the nose. You really want this to be bold, because you're going to put some roughly about 3/8 eyes on here. So okay. Okay, let me get these other dudes caught up and we'll go to the next step. Oh yeah, by the way, before I forget, these X-Acto knives, this idea I got from Jeff over Green Country Customs. And it really works good for just holding it like this, but I also don't mind holding them in my hand and doing them. But when you're letting the overspray hit on these warts like this, you kind of want to keep your finger away from it. So I tend to like to do it like that. Okay, so now we got white loaded up. You're probably wondering, why do I have white loaded up? You want to put white on the eyes before you put the yellow on here. Now what I've got, I vacuum formed my own stencils, and I have cut out eyes that go on these dudes. They fit nicely. And all you have to do is spray the white and then come back and spray the yellow, and it hits the same spot each time. You don't need much white. All you need is a dusting. Just like that. That's all you need. And there's your base to put your yellow. Okay, so now we're going to do the yellow. And these will take a couple of coats. But you really want to kind of build it up. But I'm doing it very lightly. You can actually use the air from the airbrush to kind of dry it off a little bit. And there's your yellow eyes. Okay, the final step is going to be the eyes, or the dots in the eyes. And what I like about this is I made a stencil for this as well, because I don't always have the very smoothest hand, and if you go try to dot these things and you get any kind of a shaking whatsoever and you go boop over here somewhere, that just ruined the whole paint job you just did. So I would soon just have these things sitting just like they are. Use a stencil for it and keep them in the same place each time. Now this is black. let's see. Make sure I get that on there good and tight there. I always spray it directly on the stencil. Don't hold it at an angle. That's all you need is one good little coat. Let me heat set that. And there you go. The perfect stencil for those eyes. Let's do the rest of these and catch them up. Okay, so we got all the eyeballs done on the baits. Look good. Now remember, if you don't like the darker back, just don't put so much paint on there. You kind of lay off of it a little bit. And of course I make my own decals, so I put my name on the bottom of them. When you clear coat these things, really, I mean, these lips just turn into glass. It's just really awesome. I use KBS for my clear coats, but these are all ready to go. Then once I clear coat them, I'll take some pictures of them and you can see how they look like. There's your Chartreuse Storm, basic pattern, but you do need to layer colors and there are some mixing of colors. So there you go on that.
Well, there you go, guys. Storm V36. And you know, with mine, I put number 2 split rings, number 6 KVD short shanks, and see if I can get this on the camera. Like the old Wiggle Wart style, I put my name on a decal. I'm just nerdy like that. But that's what I love about the KBS finish I've been telling you guys about, because it just turns that thing into glass. And the overspray that's on the lip of this thing, I just love that. That's just it's so traditional. The way Storm did it. I don't like taping the lips off on Wiggle Warts. I just don't. I like that overspray. It just reminds me of what they did back in the old days, because I've got some of these and they have the old overspray on them. I just like that. That to me is just cool looking. I don't know. I'm nostalgic like that. So anyway, the Rapala V36. So until next time we spray, may the Father bless you and keep you in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.